All right, so back for another installment, day 3. It's good to be here again, and wanted to talk about the fact that first of all, I'm mourning the relationship, but in like this sweet way. Like, we'll still have moments where, yesterday we were fighting a little bit, and I got triggered, she got triggered, and that's normal. and that's okay. I want that to be okay. And then we have these moments where we catch each other's eyes, and it's beautiful because we're seeing each other, like really seeing each other, and we smile, and it's those moments that where I'm grieving in a sweet way. Like, I'm gonna miss you. And it's really clear that both of us are on the same page that it's over. So it's this really interesting dynamic that's being created of like us still living together and loving each other, and clear that the relationship won't work. And a little bit of it feels like we're still together because we do the same things, we still act the same to each other. And we both know it's ending soon. So bittersweet, and just really like thankful and appreciative of what our relationship was and is, and what it's changing into as a friendship. Both really wanting a friendship, and it's the first time. First of all, it's the first time that I've ever lived with a woman. It's the first time that I've ever really loved and been loved by a woman so deeply. And there's so much to be thankful for in that. I can't see my life not having her in it. And normally breakups will go the road of blowing up at each other, yelling and calling each other all sorts of horrible names, and just so it's easier to make the breakup happen. And this is not that way. This has been It's had its moments of both of us being angry and triggering each other, like I said, but it hasn't been like my past breakups have been in the slightest. It's been the opposite. So on the other side of that, like, I'm starting to see my future in getting back into the dating scene, and it is both exciting, like the possibility of of meeting someone new and going through that whole dating procedure. It sounds so clinical, but going through dating and the excitement of getting to know someone new, it's really exciting. And there's that old familiar fear of, am I going to be accepted? Am I going to be loved? And there's this part of me that's like, well, I help other people feel acceptable and feel lovable having herpes. And now it's my turn, and there's still a block. It's not as big as it once was, but it's still there. It's still that old familiar voice of no one's going to love you. No one's going to accept you. And what I'm reminded of is when I was at ecstatic dance on Sunday and noticing all of those layers of judgment where I judge myself. Oh, you're dancing that way to impress people, or like all of those voices that come up that try to take me away from just my present experience and feeling what I'm feeling in the moment. Those voices try to keep me safe. So I'm reminded of that in this moment too, where in ecstatic dance I got to love that voice. I got to use those edges that I would bump up against as growing opportunities, as opportunities to get to know myself better and to see where I judge myself so I could actually love myself instead. And of course, there are so many parallels in life. Ecstatic dance can actually be like where I am right now, considering going back into the dating scene and judging myself. Like, can I do it? And this is where I get to actually love myself and even love that voice and say, thanks for trying to keep me safe, but I'm ready. And I'm excited. And yeah, scared. But it's all wrapped up with excitement. And I'm glad that whoever's watching this is on the ride with me. And thanks for our community, and it just really feels good to have people who are connecting with one another and appreciating one another. So, until tomorrow.